You're gonna lose your flight, don't lose your kite. If you lose your kite, you're gonna lose your lights, don't do it. Good morning everyone, go welcome to here. Today I'm gonna show you a very special chord, all right? We're gonna talk about the chord where each note in it is the root. Oh yeah. And you're probably thinking to yourself, Megan Church, you're a liar. But I'm not. And so this very special unicorn chord, okay, is the augmented chord. Let me play it for you. Here it is, ready? The heck was that? And so, right, okay, this was the C augmented chord, okay? Now let me do something else for you. Let me play you the E augmented chord. Yeah. Let me play you the G sharp augmented chord too now. Yeah. Notice something? What'd you notice? Well, in case you missed it, okay, I never left this position to play all three of those chords. I never left it. Nope. This chord here in this one position is the C augmented, the E augmented, and the G sharp augmented all at the same time. And so how the heck does that work? How the heck does that work? Well, in order to understand that, we need to take a look at the notes within these chords, okay? So here on the screen right now, okay, are the notes in the C augmented chord, okay? And that is the C, E, and G sharp note. And we get these notes, okay, by applying the augmented chord formula to the C major scale. And so the augmented chord formula is a first degree, third, and sharpened fifth. Okay? And so that's how we get these notes here. Okay, yeah, totally. And so now, keep the notes in this chord in mind, okay? And we're gonna go over to the notes in E augmented. Because I said that they're the same, right? Didn't I? I did. To build an E augmented chord, we have to again apply, sorry, I'm really itchy. Oh my God, I got an itch attack. The augmented chord formula to the E major scale, right? So that's gonna be the E note, the G sharp, and the B sharp note, right? Because we have to sharpen that fifth degree. So great, now we have C augmented and E augmented. This might seem confusing right now, okay? Just bear with me. It's all gonna come together in a nice little bow tie at the end, okay? And now let's look at the notes within the G sharp augmented chord, right? So again, we'll make the G sharp note the root of the chord, and then apply the augmented chord formula to the G sharp major scale. Okay, and those notes are going to be G sharp as the first, B sharp as the third, and D double sharp as the fifth, right? Because that fifth degree in G major is already D sharp. And so we have to sharpen it again. In my purse, I have as follows. I have a flip phone, an old thimble, and a chocolatine. And so, okay, fantastic, great. So now we have our three augmented chords here, right? The notes within them. And my claim is that they are all the same, but look at the notes, they're not even the same notes. These notes here are not the same, you see? Look, they're not the same, okay? Or are they? Comparing the C augmented chord, I don't know where they are, I just want to use my cane as a pointer. The C augmented chord to the E augmented chord, we see that they both have the E and the G sharp in common. Yeah, but in E augmented, there's that B sharp note, and in C augmented, there's that C note. Well, here's the thing. B sharp and C are enharmonic equivalents, okay? Meaning they're the same notes, essentially, okay? Look. This note here is B. No, there. No, you're going the wrong way. That's B, that's C. When you take B and you sharpen it, you're landing on C, okay? And I think I have a video where I talk about enharmonic equivalents. I certainly do about sharps and flats and stuff and keys. I don't know, I'll link a video down below that talks about what I just talked about in detail. And so essentially what I'm saying is each of these notes within both of these chords are exactly the same. Oh yeah. And now for G sharp augmented chord, let's talk about him. We have that G sharp note in common with the rest of the two top chords. We have that B sharp that we have learned is the same as C, which is in common with the others, right? Okay. And now we have that D double sharp note in G augmented. What the heck is that? Okay. Well, D double sharp is actually just E. Yes, again, there are enharmonic equivalents, okay? So this is D, that's D right there. That's totally D, okay? You sharpen D, you end up on D sharp. You sharpen it again, you end up on E. Yeah. And so once again, we see in this G sharp augmented chord, they are the exact same notes as in the C augmented and E augmented. Yeah, you see that? And since they share the exact same notes, they share the exact same position on the fretboard. They want to talk to each other. He wants to know what a Walkman is. And the same logic applies to any augmented chord. And so how does this happen? I understand why it happens. How? And well, that is because the space between the notes, okay, in the augmented chord are all exactly symmetrical to one another, all right? And this is unusual, okay? And in order to see that, let's have our musical alphabet on the screen here, okay? And we'll see exactly how far apart our notes are in this chord, okay? So if we take the C augmented chord, which is also E augmented and G sharp augmented, but we're gonna start on C. How far do we have to travel until we get to our next note, which is the E note? Well, we go 1, 2, 3. No, this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4. And so now how far do we have to travel to get from E to G sharp? Well, let's count again, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4 again. Interesting, okay. And now from G sharp back to C, let's count that. 1, 2, 3, 4 again. You see how it's symmetrical? 4 for 4 for 4. It's all 4, okay? Hello. I think I lost connection. And so to put this into context, let's count the distances between the notes in a major chord, for example. Okay, so we can see how it's unusual that everything is symmetrical like that. It's not normal. Okay, so if we take a look at the C major chord, those notes are C, E, and G, right? And so if we start on C, go to E, we have to pass 4 half steps, great. And to get from E to G, we have to move up 3 half steps, right? And then from G to C again, we have to move up 5 half steps, okay? So you see that? Did you see 4, 3, and 5? See how that's not the same? And it's asymmetrical? You see it? And it is that asymmetry, okay, within this chord that clearly defines the functions of the notes within it. No other note in this chord can serve as the root and remain a major chord, okay? The entire quality of the chord is gonna change. So let's do an example. Let's take the E note in the C major chord and let it be the root. And so now we have to reorganize that C and G note, right? And fit it into that new chord here, right? Well, so G is the third kind of E. It's the flat and third, so we'll put that there. And then we have C. What the heck is C? Well, C is the flat and sixth. So now our formula that we have in our new chord is a first, flat, third, and flat sixth. What the heck is that? It's a C minor and flat sixth. But what the heck is that? I'll tell you what it's not, okay? It's not a major chord, no. But since the notes in the augmented chord are all symmetrical, okay? You could swippy swap them all around and they retain the same quality. They all still remain augmented. Yeah, and so that's why this chord sounds so weird. Yeah, because it just doesn't have any defined definition. It's just ambiguous, and it doesn't have any direction. Okay, it doesn't know where it is happening ever. It's lost in the forest. It doesn't have GPS or a map. And it's frightened to ask the locals for directions back to the 7-Eleven across the pond in his neighborhood. And so that's it, okay? That is the chord that has 3 roots. And that's all. It's a little bizarre, but we like him because he brings snacks to the parties. He brings the little pita chips and dip along with it. He takes out our garbage and mixes the Kool-Aid. He doesn't like Gatorade, but he loves tea. He likes to put all the frogs in a tree. He takes the tree, then he cuts it down. He makes a table for us and spins it around. Thanks for watching. Thanks everybody. Thanks for all that you do. I'm going to call your mother and tell him that you missed your flight this morning. You don't want that, do you? If you miss your flight, you're going to lose your bike. Don't do it. Don't miss your flight. Hello? Oh, really? Really, huh? Okay, I'll tell them. That was your uncle. He told me to give you a very important message. He said, don't miss your flight. You're gonna lose your kite. Don't lose your kite. You're gonna miss your flight. Don't forget to go to meganchurch.com and sign our petition to send pigeons to space. Okay, you don't want to miss it. We're gonna send pigeons to space as a protest against attacks on silly string. We won't stand for it any longer. And while you're there, don't forget to check out the 70 Zen Guitar Study eBooks. We got 2 of them, all right? We got the 70 Zen Guitar Study ebook. That is a chord scale theory reference book, all organized in the cage system. You've never seen anything like it, okay? Got a bunch of theory concepts, all in visual examples. So you can study from it, nice, nice. And we also got the 70 Zen Beginner Guitar Guide. If you're a beginner and you want some structured learning, Okay, you just want to know what you need to learn as a beginner. That's what the book is for. And it's also got a practice schedule to implement all of the things in the book, so it's organized. Okay, and we also got the course, Key Music Theory Wheelchair course. It is a course where we go through the fundamentals of music, what major scales are, how we build chords from those scales, and how we organize all of that into keys. Totally. That's all. Don't forget to subscribe, everyone. If you want to, you don't have to. 5,000 subscribers, I'm gonna solve Rubik's Cube on camera for the world to see. Did you catch any of that? I'll say it again. At 5,000 subscribers, I'm gonna solve a Rubik's Cube on camera for the world to see. Understand? Okay, bye. Am I okay? It depends who you ask. Am I okay? It depends who you ask. Look, I got a purse. Okay. I take my chocolatines very serious. Hello? He wants to know if you took a frog and you put it on a light post outside, how long would it take for him to get back home? Hello? Thanks for watching, thanks for being, thanks for all that you do. Don't forget, if you see a kindergarten teacher struggling, she put all her cookies in a basket. Offer to take the basket home. Take the cookies off her hands. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for all that you do. Don't forget, slam your phones tonight. Show them who's boss. Chittles.